am D.Sasikala, Assistant Professor, Department of Fashion Technology and Costume Designing. My subject name is Textile Testing. What is the main objective of textile testing? Which is to impart knowledge about testing materials in textiles and to gain more knowledge about textile testing instruments. So which helps to, the main purpose of doing this textile testing is to enhance the product quality and to attain good specifications of the product and give correct end users of the product. So these are all the main purpose of doing textile testing. In textile testing, from basic to, which is from fiber to fabric, there are lot of testings are included. For example, first fiber test. In fiber test, so many tests are comes under this fiber testing. Fiber length, fiber strength, fiber fineness, fiber maturity, like that. In fiber length, some instruments are used to determine the fiber length. What are all the instruments that such as bar sorter and fibrograph? Those instruments are most commonly used in all textile fields. These instruments are used to determine the fiber length. And then fiber fineness. In fiber fineness, micronair instrument is mostly used. This instrument will be works under the principle of airflow principle. This micronair instrument is used to determine the fiber fineness. And then fiber maturity. In this fiber maturity is fully based upon the fiber cell wall, which is primary cell wall, secondary cell wall, lumen, cuticulum, like that. And then fiber strength. In fiber strength, stellometer instrument is mostly used. Stellometer, which also works under the principle of pendulum lever principle, which means ST means strength, EL means elongation, as the name suggests, stellometer. So these instruments, these tests, these are all comes under the fiber testing. And then yarn testing. In yarn testing stage, this is the next stage. Based upon the yarn testing stage, some of the tests also comes under this yarn testing. Those tests are yarn count. Yarn count, which defines its yarn fineness, that is called yarn count. Some standards also organized and evaluate some grades, some numbering systems like direct system, indirect system, universal system or text system, like that. Methods of determining the yarn count such as analytical balance, Beasley balance, stub yarn balance, quadrant balance, knowless balance. These instruments are mostly used to determine the yarn count. And then yarn twist. Yarn twist, which means number of fibers which spiral together and number of turns together and it make into the component threads or component yarns. That is called yarn twist. This yarn twist, it can be expressed as TPI, which means twist per inch, or TPM, twist per meter, or TPC, twist per centimeter, like that. So some of the instruments are also used to determine the yarn twist. For example, single yarn twist tester instrument is used to determine the yarn twist. And then yarn appearance tester. Yarn appearance, which means ASTM standards give some grades that's like grade A, grade B, grade C, grade D, like that. So based upon the yarn quality, the grades will be easily evaluated. For example, if yarns have no nibs or no foreign matters, no dust particles, not dust particles, like that, the grade of the yarn is A. If slightly it's differ from grade A, it names as grade B. Like that, yarn appearance also discovered. And then yarn evenness. Aster evenness tester instrument is used to determine the yarn evenness. So these instruments and these tests all comes under the yarn testing. Okay, so this is the fiber testing and then yarn testing stage. So next third stage is fabric testing. In fabric testing, what are the tests comes under this, which means some of the examples are abrasion, pilling, crease recovery and crease resistance, stiffness, drape. For testing abrasion of the fabric, abrasion means rubbing away of one fiber to another, one yarn to another. So what's the resistance of the fabric? So that's determined by using this abrasion resistance. Martindale abrasion tester is mostly used to determine the abrasion. Next, pilling. Pilling means a small knots. The small knots, which means protruding fibers, which is above from the surface of the fabric. So that is called pilling. In this pilling, it can be determined by using the instrument is ICI pillbox tester. Next one, crease recovery and crease resistance. Crease recovery and crease resistance, which means the fabric, how it can be fold or hold the crease for 5 minutes or sometimes like that, and then how long it takes to recover from crease. So this is the crease resistance and crease recovery. The crease resistance and crease recovery instrument also available to determine this. And then stiffness. In stiffness tester, Shelley stiffness tester instrument is used to determine the fabric stiffness. Through this, bending length, flexural rigidity, overall flexural rigidity also calculated by using this stiffness tester. And then last one, drape. In the drape means ability of your fabric to assume a graceful appearance, that is called drape. So to determine the drape meter is used to determine the fabric drape. Now I give one demonstrate for stiffness tester. First of all, this stiffness tester is working under the principle of cantilever principle. So first of all, we should prepare the sample preparation like this. Okay. The needed material is only measuring tape, pencil and then scale and then cotton material like this. So first of all, the measurement of Shirley stiffness tester is 6 inch into 1 inch. Length is 6 inch with this 1 inch. So we should keep this cotton cloth without any crease or without any wrinkles, because if any wrinkles or any crease is present in this cloth, it will give the bad result or a wrong result like that. So we ensure that the fabric should be without any crease or any wrinkles. And then we prepare 4 warp-way specimens and 4 weft-way specimen sample like this. Warp and weft, how it can be determined by means, this is the selvage. In selvage parallel is warp-way direction, in selvage perpendicular is weft-way direction. So this is the selvage and this is the weft-way sample, this is the warp-way sample. We should remind one important point before we prepare this sample. What's that? Which is, we first keep the measuring tape and marking the point for one sample, and then we should mark next point in other sample like this, because if we choose randomly like this, we get only good result and desired result. Okay, so like this we should prepare this 4 weft sample and 4 warp sample like this. Now I am going to demonstrate by using this sample for by using this Shirley stiffness tester. So first I am first explain the spots of the stiffness tester. First of all, this is bending length scale, and then this is instrument. This name is platform. This point is datum point. This red point is datum point, and then this is index lines, which is called as L1 and L2, and this is mirror, and then base of the instrument. This through this mirror only we can easily identify how the fabric will be fall in this index line point. First of all, we should cut this sample like this and then place the sample in fabric stiffness on the platform. So first start this sample from initial point is touching this datum line. After we place the sample on the platform, we should place this bending scale on the fabric like this. So both should meet in same point, that is datum line. This is the datum point, datum line. This bending scale and fabric both should placed and meet this datum point. After we ensure both this meet in datum point, and then we slightly move like this. The fabric also move in this way. After the fabric will fall, this fabric, the index point will be meet like this. After it meets the index line, we ensure it is correct or not through the mirror. With the help of the mirror, we see this index lines, the fabric will meet or not. If it meets means, the process is, we are going to note the reading from bending length scale in this, by using this scale. This is the reading. For example, the reading point is 2.3, because this point only meets this datum point. So the fabric stiffness, this fabric measurement of bending scale is 2.3. Like this only the samples measurement will be repeated. So in this sample, we take the sample like, and then turn the sample, and then again this process is repeated like this. So each sample should take front and back. So in front and back, both sides and both corners also take the measurement like this. So each sample should get 4 measurements. In what one sample get 4 measurements. So after we collect all measurements, we should ensure, and then we should collect those measurements and make us a mean value, that is an average value. So work way bending length average value is 42.7, like that we note that measurements. So this is the procedure for Shirley stiffness tester and also working principle. Thank you.